Hello, guys. Welcome to Jesus Christ, I almost did it again. Average Joe Rants. I apologize. Um, you know what? I feel like a lot of the time I am too forgiving. You know what I mean? I'm hopeful that the leftist bullshit will be over with. You know, maybe Democrats and Republicans can actually work together again to make this country great again. You know, maybe we can actually have some fucking democracy and not have any more dumbassery. In fact, when Zohran Mamdani and Trump actually had that meeting in the White House, everybody expected it to go fucking tits up. But they were both able to be adults. They basically know they don't like each other, but they're willing to work together for the sake of New York City. So I was hopeful. I was like, this is how it should be. Two people of different ideologies coming together for the good of the country. How it should be. How it was back before this LGBTQ and fucking woke bullshit happened. And then, of course, my hope gets dashed today when I read that Zohran Mamdani's basically doing the same fucking book towards homeless people that, Oregon is, which is just let them do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much. I'm so sick of this. It's like he basically. Let me get some context out before I start ranting. Basically, today he went up on a podium in front of a bunch of news outlets and says he was going to stop a law that said that had police break up homeless encampments because homeless people were linked to crime. Imagine that. It's to allow them to be in New York City, and does the same stupid ass excuse. Well, we should we should get these people into housing and shit like that without giving any indication that they're going to do anything to make it more affordable. What the fuck are these people on crack? Are these people legitimately on fucking crack? I don't get it at this point. Okay? It's like they have the solution in their heads, but they're not willing to do any of the fucking groundwork to make that a reality. And in the meantime, they fuck over normal people trying to make it a reality. For fucking 3 years, I mentioned this a few times before, fucking 3 years, we had rampant crime in fucking places like Eugene, Springfield, fucking... because of a law that got passed that was essentially, if someone got caught with drugs or whatever, they just give them a little fucking slip and a pamphlet for a rehab center and let go. Which, of course, backfired so spectacularly that even the leftists in Oregon didn't want anything to fucking do with that law and repealed it. And then, but in the meantime, between that and the people who actually put forth the fucking law in the first place didn't even do it because of the homeless people. They did it because they wanted to keep black people out of fucking jail. So they basically lied about their intentions. But in the meantime, the 3 years, people got fucked over, raped, stolen from, just everything. And then it was like, the whole thing with the Democrats is homeless needs housing, homeless needs housing, homeless needs housing. I want to put this to fucking bed once and for fucking all and point out the 3 fucking things wrong with that statement. Number 1, you need to build the fucking housing first before you start implementing anything like keeping homeless encampments around. Okay? There's no fucking reason on earth why people have to suffer for, like here's the thing. I'll put it in fucking, like, in here, in Oregon, in the city of Eugene, they are thinking of doing an overnight camping ban. Because they're so fucking, store owners are so fucking sick of finding homeless people sleeping on their fucking doorsteps and then having to possibly get fucking stabbed trying to get them off. Or homeowners having to deal with people sleeping on their fucking lawns. Okay? It's ridiculous, and it's something that I'm so sick. Like, again, after 10 fucking years of this bullshit, they're finally trying to institute an overnight camping ban here. And it's tied, I believe so, to the whole thing of having an overnight bus. Because they don't want to fucking have a bunch of homeless fucking criminals going on the buses and threatening the fucking driver. So what do you gotta do? You gotta make an overnight camping ban so all those fucking people are out of the fucking city. Or they're outside the city limits. And so it's like Mamdani's, like, it's the first point, Mamdani's doing this shit. He's allowing these encampments to happen without having the housing to fucking house these people in. Which, guess what, is going to increase crime, make the police's job that much harder, and possibly one of the biggest crime-filled fucking cities on Earth, not even the United States, on fucking Earth. Number two, and point number two is, if the homeless even want to be housed, I'll give it to you straight, guys. I was homeless once too. Guess what? There was a ton of fucking people that didn't want a fucking home. Yeah, I know how crazy that sounds, but there are a ton of people who do not want to be housed. Do you want to know why they don't want to be housed? Because they've gotten used to it. It's in the same way a prisoner gets used to prison. They get used to going through fucking dumpsters. They get used to fucking using drugs to make the day seem better. That's not to say there aren't homeless people who actually want to give being a civilized citizen of society another shot. There's plenty of those people. But the problem is, that's not the type of people that gain these things. Okay, it's the people who are drug addicts and drug users and who just fuck up everything, who usually are some of the first to get these benefits, simply so they have a place to do their shit in. That happened a lot in here. Like 10 years ago, there was a place where I lived, like, and a housing complex got built there, right, for homeless people. And had low rent. All that happened was drug users would go in there, apply for it, get it, and then not pay their rent for months on end until they finally got kicked out, just so they could spend all their money on fucking drugs and not do it on the street and get arrested. That is honestly what fucking happened. Eventually, they had to change the rules of the complex to go, yeah, if you're ever a fucking drug user that's not medicinal, or, you know, weed, because it is legal here, then you can't fucking rent an apartment here. They had to literally do that in order to actually get people to start going in these fucking places, in this place. It was fucking ridiculous. And here's my third point. Why in the fuck? Like, sorry, let me get my fucking thoughts straight, because I am so fucking angry about this right now. Why in the fuck are you doing so much for homeless people? I'll tell you this right now. I don't hate homeless people, but a lot of them are fucking leeches, whose only sole thing in life is to make Everybody is miserable as them, leech off the fucking sick benefits, leech off of people by begging for money or fucking assaulting them and stealing from them. And that's it. Oh, and shit on the fucking sidewalk. That's another thing. That's another fucking thing. Okay? And again, that's not most of them, but that's more than there needs to be. I would say out of like the 100% of homeless people in fucking Oregon, 60% of them are fucking awful. And I know this from my retail days. I know this from just being fucking outside. From going off on my days off towards like town. Like, it's awful. It was way worse when that fucking law was still in like effect. It's a little better now. Because I guess because again, it's point number 4. You can only get somebody to do something if they want to fucking do it. If they don't want to pay rent on a house, they're not going to pay rent on a house. If all they want to do is do drugs, then they're going to do fucking drugs. So, trying to convince these people to be in a house if they don't want to, they're not going to fucking live in the house then. I know that sounds fucking stupid, but that's just how it is with a lot of people. In my retail days, I had to, like, kick so many fucking people off the fucking property. And I'm getting to the point, by the way. I know it seems like I'm going off on a tangent. I'm getting to it. And the whole reason why sometimes it took several tries or just straight up arguing with them in order to get them to fucking do it. You want to know why they don't want to fucking get off the property? Because they don't want to get off the fucking property. They don't want to be housed, they're not going to be housed. If they don't want to go to rehab, they're not going to go to fucking rehab. That's the main fucking problem. It's the reason why the previous fucking mayor probably had the police take down these encampments. Because otherwise the homeless people are just going to stay there, pissing shit everywhere, and ruin shit, and steal shit, and commit crime. Okay, and you want to know why they're going to do it? Because they want to fucking do it. Pure stubbornness. Stubbornness born of getting everything they fucking want. Simply because they're homeless. I'm not even fucking kidding when I say there are people legitimately I have had ask me why they should even have a house if it's better as a homeless person. I say, because you're actually a civilized member of fucking society, that's why. Now I'm into fucking scrounge and shit. So, like, when I hear shit like Mamdani's fucking thing, like, oh, well, we're gonna keep the homeless account, I'm just like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, you don't have the housing right now. From what I can tell, from what I've read, you don't have the housing at all right now. And it's a process. It's not a fast process either. It is literally like 5 or so years before somebody can get housed. But that's 5 or so years that somebody's out in the street and could turn to fucking crime, and then the crime rate just goes up. So, point number 5, before that happens, you need to fucking fix this fucking problem with the weight. Okay? It's like the reason we still have homeless problems here in fucking Oregon, because of the fact that the wait time is so fucking long. I am not exaggerating to you when I've had some homeless people say that they've had friends who've died in the cold before getting a fucking apartment. It's that fucking long. Okay? So it's like, I hear this shit, and it's like, you've got no fucking plan. You're gonna let the crime rate spike up for virtue points or whatever the fuck. You got no housing, no plan to make the wait shorter so these people don't die on the fucking street. And it's like it pisses me off because it just shows it's the same fucking playbook that was done here and didn't fucking work. Okay, especially here's another thing, and this is I get in an argument about this all the fucking time with my fucking family because they think like, oh, if they build the housing, they'll just move right in. It's like no, the rent the same fucking rent here in Oregon on the average is like 800 to fucking 1,500 on an apartment. It's fucking ridiculous. But more than that, if you don't change that, don't fucking change that rent so that it's lower so these people can actually fucking afford it, guess what happens? They get kicked out and then the cycle starts all fucking over again. So not only is it a long wait time, the rent stays the fucking same to where it's unmanageable by most homeless people. And then all you have are people going in and out of apartments, becoming homeless over and fucking over again. An endless cycle because these fucking leftist democratic motherfuckers don't want to actually put in the legwork to try to make a system like this work. Their whole thing is build the housing and the stuff will come later, except it doesn't work like that. Okay? Rent, utilities, you know, fucking the upkeep of the apartments, it doesn't fucking work like that. You can't just put someone in a fucking apartment and expect them to instantly have the ability to fucking keep it. And yes, I know rental assistance is a thing. That only goes out to a few fucking thousand people who actually fucking need it. It's not everybody that gets that rental assistance. It's for people who truly and well need it. And a lot of people here, my back's hurting, so I'm gonna lean back here. All right. The thing is, a lot of people here use it. They use rental assistance, and a lot of other people get kicked out of their fucking apartments because of it. And then that cycle just fucking continues. There needs to be more done in order to make a system like this work, and it pisses me off. Because, I actually don't like the fact that there's so many homeless people here and in other places. And the only reason there is because these fucking Democrats don't fucking put in the legwork in order to do this shit. Or to make it work. Okay, rental assistance can only go so far. You need to actually work towards lowering the rent altogether for everybody. You need programs, welfare shit, stuff like upping Social Security or something, or upping food stamps for people with not as large families, something like to take some of the pressure off and let them have more money in order to pay that fucking rent. But they don't do that. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely 100% ridiculous. I can only hope that New Yorkers don't have a fucking crime wave like they used to. Maybe having their encampments torn down taught homeless people not to be fucking assholes. I don't know. I hope that's the case. And I hope a lot of them turned nice because of this fucking, because of this shit. They get scared into being nice so that they don't have this same law happen again. But I know people. Retail, you deal with a lot of people. You deal with all kinds, all colors, all personalities. So I know for a fact that's probably not going to fucking happen, and that's why I'm honestly, even though I don't live there, I'm scared for New York because it is actually one of our most prominent and, you know, not even prominent. It's featured in so many fucking movies. It's not even funny. When you think of America, you think of New York. So to have it being treated like this is horrific to me. You know? Anyway, I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to really get too much into it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe, against all odds, allowing homeless encampments actually pays dividends. I don't know. I doubt it, but I've been wrong before. So, that's going to be the video, guys. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye-bye.